Okay, they're doing a, I guess, mid to late summer video here. Here are my flowers. They obviously are liking their living quarters. I've got lots of zinnias, 4 o'clocks, that tall thing with the pink flowers called a Nigerian spinach, cosmos, weeds, always weeds, and then these bright yellow ones right here, they're called canary marigolds. I just call them canary marys. It's a tall marigold. And there's the sunflower. My sunflowers came up and then just kind of, I don't know what happened to them. They just sort of sunk. And then here, this pretty stuff is called borage. The leaves on this, they're kind of hairy, but they have a marshmallow, not marshmallow, cucumber smell and scent to them. You can put them in water and make flavored water if you like. Here is the bed that the chickens are doing their darndest to destroy. I'll be more ready for this next year. I'll have more big rocks in there and hardy perennials, and it'll be harder for them to wreak their destruction that they're so fond of. That's the back side of the flowers. Black-eyed peas. I just planted a few because I think they're so pretty, and they have the prettiest flowers. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? But anyway, there's a few of those. Next year I'm going to plant a whole bunch more. Zinnias. More zinnias. And my little baby cakes blackberry bush, which will hopefully next year completely fill this bed. But right now it's surrounded by marigolds. My Thai basil tower. That thing is about 2.5 feet tall, I think. I need to cut it back and harvest the basil. And look at my, let me back up. Look at my morning glories. They've just taken over there. They're not blooming yet. The wild ones are. The ones I planted aren't, but I can see flower buds, so they'll be blooming soon. I've been planting fall crops. This is broccoli and Brussels sprouts. And I've got shade cloth over them because they need that in the afternoons around here. Let's see, there's some more. And then, of course, there's one ne'er-do-well. I don't know. I'll probably have to pull that one up. But I've got extras that I can put in there. Let's see. This bed I just planted with kale. I planted this last night. I'm trying to tidy up in here. It's getting really messy. Cherokee purple tomatoes, which look like they'll probably be ready to pull by the end of the week. Maybe sooner. I don't know. My one red warty thing pumpkin. There were 2, but something happened to one of them. And I've trimmed the vine down because I read that you should get rid of all the vines that don't have fruit on them so that all the energy can go into the ones that do have fruit. So it looks a little sparse, but hopefully that will work. The little Jack Be Littles, still growing. More broccoli. I think I got a mosquito eating my camera hand. And Brussels sprouts in here. I love broccoli and Brussels sprouts. Oh, the ground cherries are a monster. I made habanero ground cherry jam, and it was okay. This is probably not something I'll grow again. It was a novelty, and I've always wanted to try it, and I've done that, and I think I have it out of my system. Let's see, what else have we got growing in here that looks pretty good? The tomatoes are pretty much done. Let's see. You remember what they looked like in the last video, and now see. And the ones that are on there are real small, and they're just kind of not really worth your time. They're a little tedious to fool with. So I may harvest a few more. I think I ended up somewhere between 56 and 58 pounds of Roma tomatoes. I've started making my salsa with those. And the peppers, it hasn't been a good year for peppers. Starting, I guess, sometime in July, our weather's just been so unsettled with rain and lots of cloudy days that peppers like lots of sun and heat. So I think I will get enough to make my red pepper jelly, but that'll probably be the end of that story too. And these green beans, look at this. Hold on, let me get over here. It's my green bean tunnel. Look. And they're just starting to produce. So, probably next week, I'm going to be canning green beans, whether I want to or not. And then I planted these little, they're miniature butternut squash. They're called honey nuts. And they are doing really well in here. The squash bugs have pretty much decimated all my cucumbers. They did a number on the pumpkins. They did a number on the zucchini and summer squash. And I'm hoping that my honey nuts here will scoot by and not get damaged. Let's see. I'm under here now. Next year, I think I'm going to plant these on both sides, and I'll have a tunnel that I can sit in here with my fan on and just look at my garden. That pretty much wraps it up. The garden is, lots and lots of it is slowly fading. Fall crops are going in the ground. I've got collards. Where are my collards? I planted those. Let me see. I think they're over here in the peppers. Let me look. They need the shade, and right now they're tiny, and by the time the peppers are done, I can pull them up and give the collards the room. There they are. See? They look good so far. Let's see if there's some more in here. Yep, there's one. He's a little leggy. He's probably too shaded. There's another one. But hopefully they'll do well. This is a new thing for me, growing collards, so we'll see. Okay, like I said, I think that about wraps it up for now. I'll try to do another video once the fall crops start to really come in. But in the meantime, I'm going to sit in my chair, turn on my battery fan, and look at my garden. More later.